What is the percentage of India's data within India? How much data is outside of India? There is a possibility that can go offline. All the services can go down in permanent shutdown of the business. What is the percentage of India's data which is within India? How much data is outside of India? I have to answer this question on a regular basis. People keep on asking this. Let me tell you that majority of our data either is outside of India or either it runs out of foreign IP addresses, foreign encryption, and the laws on that data is also of foreign soil. Can you imagine this? More than 80% of our data either is abroad or it runs on foreign IP addresses, foreign encryption. To tell you the truth, all the app stores that we use today, they also run on foreign IP address. Those are not in India. Browsers that we use, name the browser. None of our browser is made in India. None of the operating systems that we are using are made in India. And the encryption which is protecting my phone, your phone, it is not made in India. The IP addresses, we have Indian IP addresses, IRIN, which is Indian Registry of Internet Numbers. They give IP address to all the cloud service provider, telecom service provider. Even the private companies can get their private IP addresses from IRIN. And those are very, very cheap compared to ARIN, the American Registry of Internet Numbers, compared to them or compared to RIPE. Indian IP address is very, very cheap, but people are not using. Many of the foreign service providers are using foreign IP addresses to give service to Indian companies in India. They are using foreign encryption. It is not a Indian registered encryption software. And the operating system, the contracts. The biggest thing here is the contract which is done with a customer is never direct between a service provider and the customer. There are multiple hops in between. You will be signing a contract with a smaller local Indian company. That smaller local Indian company would sign contract with a distributor in India. That distributor has an SLA with another distributor in Luxembourg, and that company in Luxembourg is having the contract with the foreign cloud service provider or the foreign data company. There is absolutely no direct way you can make the service provider responsible. So if tomorrow something goes wrong between the relationship of India and that country, there is no way we can get our data back. There is a possibility that this 80% of our data which is on foreign IP address or abroad, that can go offline. This data can go offline and your services, all the services can go down. What can go down? I really don't want to talk about that. But what happened with CrowdStrike, that was not even 0.1% of what actually can happen if all of these things happen in the future. We have to improve our consciousness, mindfulness while dealing with the foreign service provider, because they are hiring the most expensive attorneys, they are hiring the most expensive sales guys, the most expensive technical architects who stitch a technology deal and present it to you and force you to deploy that technology deal. We should not get trapped with that. All the fancy things that are attracting us today can turn out frenzy tomorrow. They can create a lot of issues tomorrow. Let us understand with pure mindfulness that what can go wrong tomorrow. It is better to take some pain today to identify a genuine service provider than to suffer in the future, and that suffering in the future can result in permanent shutdown of the business. Do you want to do that? If no, please analyze what I have said for yourself and then take the decision. Thank you.